Hello, Abraham. There's this beautiful little piece that just takes me almost instantly into the vortex. And I got it from a little snippet of something on one of your CDs. And I haven't heard you talk about it very much, but it just works wonders for me. And you were talking to someone and said, when you're out of sorts with someone, it's because you don't love yourself enough. And that just hit me in a wonderful way. And every time I've been out of sorts with someone, and I remember to use it, and I think of it, I just instantly get this rush of energy through my body. And it starts taking me to a really good place. And I recognize that when I start loving myself more, all of a sudden things just start resolving.
Well, that's really good advice and really good practice for someone who hangs around in the vicinity of the vortex enough that you can easily slip in there. It's an indicator of how close to the vortex you usually are, that you can go there so easily. That's a good thing.
I have a question. I want to know what the physical universe is really made up of. Is it made up of source? Is the chair and the walls and the curtains, are they're vibrational? And when I shoot off a rocket of desire, the source within me becomes it vibrationally. What I want to know, is there a fundamental change from what that is vibrationally to, say, what the curtain is vibrationally, or is it my perspective has shifted and I can just see something
Well,
better?
It's both, but we'll be very specific about this. Your perspective, you have to have your physical sensors translate the vibration into what appears to be this physical stuff. But the physical stuff does have a vibrational difference from the non-physical stuff, even though everything that is physical is non-physical in nature. So the best way we can describe it to you is the physical stuff is a more it's a condensation of energy. It's a denseness of energy. It's like, imagine the black hole, which the scientists are discovering and beginning to talk about. That is a vortex of attraction that draws in and compresses matter. And so the details of your question are, well, what really is matter? And how is matter distinguished from just usual energy? And we say it is more focused upon energy. And in the more focusing upon it, it becomes what the word might be called dense. It becomes then translatable through the physical sensors that translate it. Did you get that?
Yeah. So if the stuff around us, if it's made up of source, is everything source?
Well, everything is source. But everything is source. But you were asking about the distinction between what is source that is physical and what is source that is non-physical.
Right.
And it's just a more specific attention. More specific, longer attention to the specifics of it. When you're born into this time-space reality, it's a platform that's been here. And because it's been here, and the continuum of focusers and thinkers and livers and knowers of what they don't want and therefore knowers of what they do want, because the continuum of all of that thinking is constant, then the place and the space holds its substance. Let's look at it in this way. Let's say that you are a physical being who has been enjoying the building of some buildings in a few different places. Jerry and Esther have been doing that. They've built several buildings in Texas around their publication facility and their home, and they have a couple of houses in California that they have been constructing. So they understand the gaining of an idea and the gathering together of the people and the resources in order to construct the buildings. But the construction of these projects is far more than the gathering of the physical stuff. There's a non-physical energy about it too. It's what we are calling the attraction power. It's the expanse between the idea and the vibrational alignment with the idea that lines up the cooperative components that allows the construction of it. So we'll just give that to you generally. You sort of heard it. You sort of get what we mean. So let's say that a person has built a building and that the building really turned out rather well. And so this creator can focus on the building and appreciate its beauty and its completion and the well-beingness of it. Or the person could remember the struggle that it took to build the building. What we are suggesting is that if after the fact you focus upon the building from the struggle standpoint, you actually begin the deconstruction of the building. If you focus with appreciation, then you maintain the continuity of the building. Now, a lot of people experience that. In other words, a house that no one lives in disintegrates far faster than a house that someone lives in. Have you noticed? Because the attention to something adds to it, and the positive attention to it adds to it positively, the negative attention to it adds to it negatively. So what we are saying here is that this person who has built this building, who is now away from the building, if they focus upon the building with appreciation, the building maintains its continuity in a much more robust way than if they remember the struggle that it took to build the building. So this is just the subject of one house. Imagine what a whole planet is like. So what we are suggesting to you is that your planet doesn't exist in its ongoing well-being and continuity because a creator who is apart from it zapped it into beingness and is now on to other worlds. It's those of you who are participating on the planet who continue to see it and choose from it and put more things in the vortex. It is that attention to it that causes the materialism of it, that causes the density of it, that causes the reality of it. It's the focus of those like you who are participating on it at this level of creation. You get what we're talking about?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Satisfying, isn't it?
Yes.
To think like that. Satisfying to realize that you maintain a relationship through your positive attention and appreciation, and you cause a disintegration of a relationship through your yearning and longing and pointing out negative aspects. In other words, everything is in flux and everything is becoming. The question is it becoming what you want, or is it becoming the absence of what you want? Are you constructing what you want, or are you constructing what you don't want? Because you're never in the act of not constructing something, you see. So one of the most magnificent and wonderful things about this physical time-space reality is the billions of people who are on this planet who are focusing and therefore constructing. And even those who are aware of what they don't want are still constructing the vortex of what you do want, you see. We're really appreciating this question because you've taken us into an explanation beyond what we've discussed before, that you are the creator of your experience. You are the creator of you. And you are co-creating with all the others who are the creator of their experience. And the collaborative, co-creative process is what equals the realness of this time-space reality. And the continuity is there because you come and go intermittently. In other words, you didn't all get here at once, and you aren't going to all leave at once. There are enough of you who are consistently here, consistently focusing, consistently thinking, consistently creating the vortex, consistently being born, consistently having fresh insight, consistently reaching for more, consistently coming into the vortex. The conversation that we've been having with all of you here today is especially exhilarating to us because we know that what we may have accomplished here together, it's up to you whether you receive it or not. What we may have accomplished here together is that you are source energy in physical bodies who have rebooted your understanding of who you are, and you didn't have to be reborn into an infant body in order to do that. In other words, you are refreshed back to the beginning of that which you are. Your computer has been defragmented. The clutter has been cleaned from it. You have been rebooted and restarted. You've sort of been reborn vibrationally. And you are now feeling closer to the wholeness of what you felt when you first got here, only you don't have to learn how to talk and learn how to walk and learn your place. Now you can start from right where you are, through looking at life through these fresh new eyes, experiencing it from your newfound point of attraction. And as soon as today, you may be noticing it already, as soon as today, everything that interacts with you is interacting with you in a different way because of the shift that has taken place in the vibration that is you. In other words, you are not the same as you were when you walked in the door. You are not the same. You're not even close to the same. And everything will be evidence of that shift.